Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 3 ways that teachable moments can actually harm your homeschool. If you're a new homeschooler and you're not really sure what a teachable moment is, it's when you're out and about in your daily life and something either happens to you or you come across something that presents a really good opportunity for you to teach your kids about something. It could be if you see an animal crossing the street, or if you maybe see somebody in a wheelchair. Any of those things can be teachable moments. And before I get into how they can be harmful, I do want to say that I definitely think that teachable moments are they're important. You need to do them with your kids. Natural learning is one of the best ways for your kids to make connections in everyday life. So I'm not going to tell you never to use teachable moments, but what I am going to tell you is how you can actually go overboard with them, and it can cause your child to completely lose interest in something. And I'm speaking from experience. Everything that I bring to you is because I have done it sometime in the past. I have made so many mistakes. So yeah, that is my hope, is just to help you so that maybe you won't go through the same stuff that I did, teaching you through experience, right? This is my teachable moment for you, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to get into that right now. Now, the first way that teachable moments can harm your homeschool is if you try to turn everything into a teachable moment. When I started homeschooling all those years ago, to me, it was a really big deal knowing that my kids' education was completely put on me. I no longer could depend on their teachers, to help them to learn. Everything was about me. So, at being the overachiever that I am, I decided to try to turn everything into teachable moments. And while we were out and about, doing things all the time, I was constantly trying to turn everything into a homeschool lesson. And there is no better way to have your child lose interest in something than when you keep trying to teach them all the time. They want to enjoy you as a parent too. They of course your homeschooling and life really can't be separated. But what you really need to remember is they want you to be their parent sometime too. I'd say most of the time they want you to be your parent, and they don't want to look at you always as a teacher. So when you do decide that you want to delve into something more deeply with your kids, be intentional about what you choose. If your kids love bugs and you find an anthill out in front of your house, yes, by all means, see if they'd be interested in, maybe watching a video on anthills or looking them up, those sorts of things. But you don't really need to turn everything. For example, if their dad burps, you don't have to tell them, hey, why don't you go look up on Google why that happens? You don't have to turn everything into a teachable moment. So that's the first way that they can actually hurt your homeschool a little bit. The second way that you can, that teachable moments can hurt your homeschool is if you spend all of your time looking for teachable moments. And this is actually really related to the first one. But when you spend all of your time looking for teachable moments, you're not living in the moment with your kids. There might be some really awesome stuff going on, some things that would really be bonding for you. But instead of paying attention to that, your eyes are kind of darting around everywhere because you're thinking, how can I turn this into a lesson for my kids? What can we learn from this experience? Sometimes you just need to stop, drop the homeschool mom mode and be in the moment with your child. So yeah, teachable moments are everywhere, but your kids are not going to suffer if you don't hit on every single point with them. And the third way that teachable moments can harm your homeschool is if you talk a topic into the ground. I have done this. If your kids have an interest in something, it's a great feeling for a homeschool mom to know that their kids are actually interested in something. So I said earlier that I tend to be a bit of an overachiever and I get a little bit excited about things. So yeah, then I try to, you go to the library, you get all these books, you find videos, and you look for activities that they can do that are related to these things. But you really have to be careful to watch for signs that your child is losing interest. For example, if you're talking to them about something and their eyes are darting all around and they're looking everywhere but at you, or maybe if you're asking them questions and they're just answering, with I don't know, those sorts of answers. Or maybe if you ask them a question about what you just said to them and they have no idea what you said. Or, and this is a biggie, if you notice that your kids are slowly trying to get away from you, if as you're talking they're inching farther and farther away from you, that's really a good hint that they have lost interest. So when you're doing teachable moments, especially with things that your kids are really interested in, be sure to look for those signs, because if you keep going and going and going about something, no matter how much they really want to learn about something, they're eventually just going to drift off and they might not even want to talk about it to you anymore because they're afraid that you're going to go off on another lecture. So as I said in the beginning, teachable moments are great natural ways to help your kids to learn. But always be intentional, be in the moment with your kids, and remember to watch when your kids maybe are losing a little bit of interest, because you know that that's the time that your little lesson should end. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you today. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I hope you have a great day.